Hello everyone. Today we are going to start a new chapter that is natural resources. So, first of all, I would like to explain what are natural resources. So, we say natural resources are those resources that we get from our nature. Like fossil fuels, coal, petroleum, these all are called natural resources. So, let's start with the biosphere. The biosphere is the life supporting zone of the earth with three subzones called as lithosphere, which contains the land, atmosphere, which contains the gases or air, hydrosphere, which contains the water part. Combining these three part of our atmosphere, it makes the biosphere. Next is life on earth depends on resources like soil, water and air and energy from the sun. These all things makes life possible on our earth. And as all of you knows, our earth contains 78% of nitrogen and 21% of oxygen, and remaining gases are argon, other gases and carbon dioxide. These all are the ratio of remaining gases. So all these gases are present in such a ratio in our environment that it makes the life possible on the only planet, that is Earth. Next is uneven heating of air over land and water bodies causes wind. The winds is caused by the uneven heating of air. In coastal regions during the day, the air above the land gets heated faster and starts rising. As all of you knows, the land gets heated faster as compared to water. So in day, when the sun rays come to the land gets heated faster than water. The air above the land rises up and makes a vacuum below it. Then the cold air of water rushes towards the land and it occupies the vacuum of the land which has been created by the hot air, and in opposite the air rises above. So this is called sea bridge. When the cold air rushes from the sea to land, it is called sea bridge. And just opposite, in night, what happens, as you know, water is already hot and land will be cool faster. Land heats up faster as well as cools up faster. Water takes time to heat up, so it will take time to cool down. So water will be hot, air above the water will be hot, and the air of land will be cool. So the air of water will rise up and create vacuum here, and the cold air of land will rush towards the sea to take its space. So this is called land bridge. So in day we feel sea bridge and in night we face land bridge. So these two are the phenomena that we say. Next is, in coastal region during the day, the air above the land gets heated faster and starts rising. So a region of low pressure is created and air over sea moves it to area of low pressure. Next is evaporation of water from water bodies and subsequent condensation gives us rain. The water bodies get heated up and the water evaporates. Water converted into gas. This is called evaporation. And it causes rain. Rainfall pattern depends on the prevailing wind patterns in the area. Various nutrients are used again and again in a cyclic fashion. When various nutrients like water, once water gets heated up, it is converted into gas. Then again in the form of rain, it will come to the earth. So this type of cyclic changes is called cycles. Next is pollution of air, water and soil affect the quality of life and harm the biodiversity. As all of you knows, pollution is harmful for all of us. First of all, we will define air pollution. Air pollution is the undesirable change in the physical, chemical or biological characteristic. It is caused due to an increase in the content of harmful substances such as oxides of nitrogen, sulfur, etc. So all these are harmful for us and it causes pollution. Next is we need to conserve our natural resources and use them in a sustainable manner. Next is water cycle. As we know, the water above from the water bodies get heated up and it gets changes into vapor, or we can say gas. Then again this gas forms clouds and clouds causes rain, and rains come to the earth in the form of water. So this is called water cycle. The process in which water evaporates, falls on the land as rain and later flows back to the sea via rivers is known as water cycle. Next is nitrogen cycle. The nitrogen gas makes 78% of our atmosphere. It is essential for the synthesis of protein, DNA, RNA, urea. So nitrogen cycle makes proteins, DNA, RNA, urea, alkaloids and different vitamins. So this is all responsible for nitrogen cycle. The simple molecular nitrogen from the atmosphere is converted into more complex molecules in the living beings. The simpler nitrogen, the nitrogen that we can see in our atmosphere is in N2 form. It gets converted into ammonia, nitrous or nitric. These all are the soluble forms of nitrogen. It gets used up by the trees, and in return trees will be eaten by consumers and it will be returned to the earth. So this all is called nitrogen cycle. Next one is the carbon cycle. The carbon dioxide makes up 0.039% of our atmosphere. Carbon occurs in the elemental form as diamonds, graphite and earth. It is essential for the synthesis of proteins, carbohydrates, fats, nucleic acid, vitamins and living organism. So all these are carbon cycle. Next is oxygen cycle. Oxygen gas makes 21% of our atmosphere. Oxygen is the essential gas for all us humans which we need. Without oxygen we cannot imagine our lives. It is essential for the components of protein, carbohydrates, fats, nucleic acid in living organisms. Oxygen from our atmosphere is used up in three processes. The first one is combustion. Burning is also called combustion. Second one is respiration. Respiration in humans, or we can say respiration is breakdown of the complex substances into simpler substances and in the formation of oxides of nitrogen. Next one is formation of oxides of nitrogen. Nitrogen forms oxides with oxygen, NO, NO2, NO3. All these are oxides of nitrogen and they are formed in presence of oxygen only. Oxygen returned to the atmosphere in only one major process, that is photosynthesis. It is also called as oxygen cycle. So first of all, oxygen that we get in our atmosphere is converted into different types of components like protein, carbohydrate, fats, nucleic acid and living organisms. Then it will be converted, it can be used in combustion, respiration and in the form of oxides. And then it will be returned to our atmosphere. So this is called oxygen cycle. Cycle is basically a process in which the substance get used up and returned to the atmosphere with the same manner. So that's all about oxygen cycle, carbon cycle, nitrogen cycle and water cycle. So if you want to learn this chapter in details, you have to stay connected to my channel. Thank you and have a good day to all of you.